Hi, this is Jenna Martnick again, and I'm going to show you how to enter in an order on a show in the new web. And I have already signed in. I'm on Consultants Corner, and I'm already in My Shows and Orders. So I'm just going to scroll down. I'm going to go into the show that we set up in the last videos, and this here is where you click. It's this little orange shopping cart. That's how you get into the guest page, and this is basically your work page for entering in orders and changing things with the actual orders on the show. And so you'll automatically default and go in as the host. You'll be under the host, so you can see here there's a little H next to this person's name. That means that she's the host. And the people that we have already invited, if we've entered in any names, or if the host has entered in any names and emails before the show, they will be listed right here. If we have not listed any of the guests, you can just click on Add Guest right here. And then this right here will go ahead and search for a name of anybody who is already in your contact list. If this is a new person that you have never met before, you're going to need to click on Create New, and then you're going to fill out their first name, last name, and email address. So that's why it's very important to get all that information for outside orders, and to tell your guests at the show when they're filling out their orders to please provide first name, last name, and email address. Again, if your guest does not have an email address or does not wish to share it, which does happen sometimes, you can just put in their phone number and then at tpc.com. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. And then you would go at tpc.com, and that would then be their email address that all of their information is filed under. So that way, if they need to get some customer service, they know that it's their phone number at thepamperedchef.com. And so we're just going to go into this guest that we set up before, and what comes up first is the customer interest. So you can select if they're interested in the business, or if they're interested, they booked a show, or they might book a show and send e-newsletter. That will go ahead and add them to your email list. And it's really important, if they book a show, if they're thinking about booking a show, to go ahead and select future show booked and select the date, or select a follow-up date. Because if you do not check this box, then your current host will not be able to get the future party pick. And so you do have to check the box and then click submit. That's very important to do. And then you scroll down a little bit more, and this is where we actually add items to the cart. So if you know the item number, if they've gone ahead and filled out their order form and they've got all their item numbers listed, this is the easiest and fastest way to add items to your cart. So you just go ahead and click the item box and start adding the item numbers. I'm just going to add a few numbers in here. You do have to click the quantity box. It will default to 1, and then you can go ahead and change that if they want more than 1. Now, then you go down to the next box, say they have like 5 items that they want. The nice thing about this is that once you have filled both boxes, another box appears. And so if they still wanted more items, you can go ahead and add that, and then another box appears, and so on and so forth until you are done entering items. Now, you'll always have one extra box, but that is okay, because every time you add a new item, another box appears. So we just are going to leave this blank and then click Add to Cart, and it will update. And then you can see all of our stuff is listed here. So say that we made a mistake and they actually don't want 2 veggie wedgers, we can go ahead and change the quantity right here. Just highlight it, change it back to 1, and then click on Update Cart. So every time you make some changes, you need to make sure you click Update Cart in order to save it. And then of course it tells you what the price is, and this part right here is important because this is your ship to box. So all of these say ship to host right now. So if you have someone who wants everything to be shipped to their house, or they live in a different state than the host, you're going to go ahead and click other, and then go ahead and enter in the information here. So it'll ask where you want it to be shipped to, and you can continue and enter in that information. And you do have to do that for every single item listed that they want shipped to a different location other than the host. So if they want the whole order shipped to themselves, you have to go in for each item and change it. The nice thing about this is, say you have someone who is buying the French fry cutter for their daughter who's in college because they love to make French fries and they live in a different state. So what they can do is, in their order, you can just select this one item right here and just have this one item shipped out to someone else, and everything else comes to the host. So that makes it really convenient for gift giving and shipping different pieces of an order to a different place, but it's all still under one order, and they would still then qualify for the guest special. And the last box right here, if you want to delete items, that's what this little red circle with an X through it is. You can go ahead and click on an item and then click Update Cart, and it will delete that item for you. Now, the other way to add orders or to add items to an order is by doing a quick product search. So a lot of times if you're on the phone or people are just like, oh yeah, I wanted that stoneware baker thingy that goes in the microwave, and you're like, okay, yeah, the deep covered baker, and so you just start typing it in and automatically it'll come up with suggestions. And so here's stoneware deep covered baker. You can either then press enter, you could press this green, or I mean orange, with this orange arrow, and either way it will just bring up your search results. And once you find what you want, click the orange add button, and then it will add it to your show for you. So you can see now down here that it's added to your show. And you'll notice a couple things over here on the guest list. This little circle with it's like a half-filled circle. It means that this order has been started, but it has not been completed. We do not have payment for the order yet. And so it tells us that there's something we still have to do with this person. And then we also notice that there is an orange star here. That means that they're eligible for the guest special. And where you go to add that is going to be down here, specials and discounts. So you can see guest specials, you qualify, yay! So you'll notice that May 2014 guest special is in blue and it's underlined. It's a little link. You click on that and it's going to just pop up the guest specials. If there's more than one item, they can then choose which one they want. But for this month, there's only one item, so you just click add to cart and it will go ahead and add it to your cart for you. And you can see that the ice cream scoop has been added and it's free. Now, if you are working with a past host, that button is right here. It says, are you a past host? And I do not have all my past host numbers memorized, and I find that most hosts don't have them memorized either. So right below it, very conveniently, it says find a host, and that will just take you, and nicely it opens it up in a new tab so you don't have to go back and find where you were working. That will take you to the host lookup page where you just select your state and the first and last name of the host, click search, and it will pop up down here. You copy and paste the number right into this box, hit apply, and then it will update it for you. Of course, it's giving me an error because I didn't put anything in there. Now you'll notice that since I took care of the guest special, the orange star is now gone. And if this person was a past host, then it would say PH right here next to their name. And then if they were getting the future party pick, that would also be here in the specials and discount sections right underneath the guest special. It would say you qualify for the future party pick once this person's show hits $200 and becomes a qualifying show. Then the last thing we need to do is to make sure we get payment. And payment information is going to be down here at the bottom. You have your whole breakdown, and you're just going to go add a payment. You can add up to 2 credit cards. So of course you need the first name, last name, card number, expiration date, and zip code. And then just click on save payment. If you wanted to delete this payment, just click the trash can and say this person's just going to pay for everything in cash, just to make this simple. And then I click save payment, and it's going to save it for me. Now you'll see that this person has a check mark next to their name. So that means that their order is completed. And that is the basics on how to enter in an order on somebody's show and how to enter in the guest specials as well.